ask a few questions about West Brom right at the end, guys, because we won't be doing a press conference in between. Go ahead.
One hell of a scrap on that.
Well, we scrapped it out, there's no doubt about that. I mean, we dug it out, scrapped it out, battled it out. Defensively, can't knock the team whatsoever in terms of the effort and commitment and organisation to keep such a talented side at bay. I'll say a little bit of luck when they hit the bar. But defending overall, and even after that, reached at the goalkeeper, and then after they got past the goalkeeper, Phil Jagielka decided that he wasn't going to let Chelsea score today when he cleared off the line. So that's not luck. That's a bit of desire and good reading of the situation. I'd have to say that we tried to make changes at half time to give us a better platform to get up the pitch a little bit more. I'd have to say that didn't work as well as I'd have liked, because our quality of ball wasn't as good as I'd wanted, but overall defending today was you know, outstanding in terms of where we've come from to when I arrived just a few weeks ago.
What have you done, Sam, that's caused such a drastic change at the back?
I said it's a bit of practice, a bit of analysis, and showing how to organise your side when you're out of possession, what dangers the opposition can bring to you, and how you cope with that. You know, and I think that they've taken that on board exceptionally well. I mean, I changed the side around a little bit today before the start. Wayne was ill. Wayne got an illness, and we've changed this 2 centre halves, which is people would look at and say, "What the hell is he doing?" When the 2 centre halves before that had done so well. So I had to take that risk because I have to rotate the squad in the next 14 days because we've got 5 games. And Phil stepping in with Michael. In fact, Michael could have been the hero at the end with the header off the corner. In fact, I'm a little disappointed he didn't at least hit the target, but it would have been you could have said it would have been unfair, yeah, but you know, if you get the opportunity, take it. But we didn't. But I'm very pleased, like I said, that we've achieved so much in such a short period of time coming into Christmas, and so many games coming up, and us being undefeated at this moment in time since I got here.
Sam, goalkeepers normally peak 27 to 30. Goalkeeper's only 23. He's young for a goalkeeper. Do you have any concerns about having an inexperienced goalie? He's playing really well at the moment. Would you ideally think he's a few years from his peak, or is he approaching?
Well, it'll be a few years from his best if he wants to mature and learn and practice and practice and practice and practice and do more practice. If he thinks he's made it and he's arrived and doesn't do all that practice, then he'll get caught out and he won't achieve what he can achieve. So he can't take anything for granted, and he's got to maximise his talent by development, and we'll help him with that development, and he's got to be dedicated enough to take that development on board and achieve as much as he possibly can for himself, more importantly through his career, and certainly while he's with Everton for Everton Football Club. So I knew he was a talented goalkeeper when I watched him on loan at Preston. It's why I got him back at Sunderland when I was there in January. And I have to say his growth is miraculously quick for a goalkeeper. But the one at the other end's just the same, isn't he? He's not much older, is he? 23? 24, so there's 2 great goalkeepers there in the Premier League. One's ours and one's theirs.
If Jordan carries on playing like this, could he be the number 1 in Russia for England?
Might be a bit early. It's not beyond what he can deal with. So he's 23, going on 30. You know, so he is very mature for his age, and he takes responsibility, and he sort of looks at me sometimes and says, what are you talking to me like that for? I'm a great goalkeeper, which I quite like. You know, I quite like he knows what he is, and I think he's hopefully going to get as far as he can, but doing a great job for us. He seems to be able to get the right spot, which is very important for a goalkeeper. His starting positions seem to be exceptionally good, and that's why he's making the sort of saves he is.
Sam, you pressed it on Friday, you said you wanted to see a bit more positivity from the midfielders. I mean, Morgan today looked like he'd improved a bit. There there's certainly signs of them trying to do that, weren't there?
There was, yeah. You know, you've got to take into account the opposition you're playing against. So I didn't think we had any problems playing against Swansea in the second half when we changed it. From an in possession point of view, I thought we went through them in the end second half like a dose of salts, and could have scored more than 3. But I think that today, when you're playing against this opposition, creatively it's very difficult to shine in midfield. You've got to try. You've got to try and use the ball better. If I have to say anything about the lads, it was a simple game today to play down the sides of Chelsea's back 3. That's where you get your space. That's where you get joy. And our quality of ball down the side of that back 3 wasn't good enough today to cause them more problems.
Sam, just a game presumably will be missing for West Bromwich Albion. How much of a miss will that be? And will Steinman's form today help a lot in that respect?
Well, the disappointing thing about an injury, even though maybe a slight one, is he misses 4 games, even if he's back in 2 weeks. So it's anybody getting injured now misses a massive amount of games that at any other time of the season wouldn't. You know, in actual fact, in the early part of the season, you barely play 3 games a month, whereas in the next 13 days we're going to play 4 matches now. And if anybody gets injured, they miss all of those 4 games. And I've got enough injured as it is already. Some are making their way back and a bit short of match practice, as we saw Phil Jagielka today come back and do a magnificent job. And obviously, I really didn't want to play him for 90 minutes today, but he did a sterling job. But I wouldn't have thought I'd be considering him for West Bromwich Albion, because his recovery time now would be a lot longer than the other lads, I think. So, but I have got, you know, other players that have got to step up to the mark and prove that they are capable of playing in Everton's first team. So this period of time will be demanding, but you know, some players will have to step up to the mark and do the job and make sure that they keep delivering performance and results for us.
We have a couple of questions just about West Brom, please.
Sam, I know you're going to be here for a short period of time, but Michael Keane's performance today showed why Everton made such an investment in the
I think it's you know, when you're playing against Pedro, William and Hazard, it's not the sort of players that's, well, certainly when I played, it wasn't the sort of players you wanted to come up against, like, you know. But because we closed the spaces in, they all mastered that defensive unit so well and mastered those players pretty well today by keeping them in front of them, not letting them get down the side or in behind them. And I think that's why I thought, yes, I thought he had a very solid, good performance. And like I said, at the other end, could have been the hero by winning it late on. Anything on West Brom? No?
We're
No?
doing nothing in between.
Right, okay. Cheers, lads.